welcome. We are live. This was not a planned day. We don't really have a lot of notes written, but hello. 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 Yeah, that's the my camera mic. Yeah, that's the my camera mic. But I want to switch it to the mic I have here. Okay, we'll get started in a minute because I don't want to use this mic, but if I have to, I will. All right, how's it sound now? How are we looking on sound? Okay, I see myself and I think I'm good. Somebody just confirm that I'm good, please. Somebody confirm that I'm good. And I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm new to YouTube, man, so don't kill me. All right, they can hear me. All right, bet. We good. Bet. All right, let's get it rolling. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties, but we here now. Drake, 76 pages, an update to the lawsuit. This is not a planned stream. This is not a planned video. I'm rolling. People told me to go live and break it down, so I'm going to do my best. Again, this is not legal advice. I am not a lawyer. This is not me projecting my facts onto anything. These are all allegations that need to be proven in court and will be discovered in the discovery process. I'm only here to give you what I see as my opinion on what's going on. And if I'm reading from something, I'm reading from a document. I'm not making these things up. All right. Shout out What's the Dirt, man. Shout out Zammy, #Zammy. I'm tapped into the stream. I'm tapped into the Twitch. So let's get rolling. As you know, I like to keep things simple. So I'm going to break this down to the best that I can. I'm going to break it down into the 5 most important things that I saw in the lawsuit that you probably would want to know. And again, this is 76 pages. This just dropped a few minutes ago, but I'm here live. I should be on New York One, CNN, Fox News. Somebody call me because nobody's doing it like this. So let's get to rolling right now. So the first thing that stood out to me is Kendrick Lamar's name. And what they want to see about Kendrick Lamar is they're seeking documents and communications about any allegations or criminal accusations, including domestic abuse against Kendrick Lamar. All right. They're looking for public relations and business decisions related to those alleged acts as well. So now you're going to ask, why is it Why is it that Drake would be requesting this? And this is no bias. I'm only here to talk about what was in the document. If I say something that's my opinion, I will frame it as such, but there's no bias in this because I'm actually going to be a bit critical of Drake here too. So why would they request this? Number one, obviously during the battle, Drake alleged that Kendrick Lamar put his hands on his fiance Whitney. In Family Matters, he says directly, "You hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat up your queen." So Drake is saying this out loud, or he has a strong speculation that something happened. He has a strong speculation that something happened. Now, how would he know this? The industry is small. Not only is the industry small, people are ready to gossip. People are ready to gossip. So someone could have said many years ago when this alleged incident took place that this happened and Drake may know. So UMG, or we're actually going to say Interscope here. UMG is the parent label, but Interscope would work more directly with Kendrick Lamar, would have a PR team or would have a crisis management team who's in place to protect all artists, not just Kendrick. But Kendrick, being a premier artist, would always be protected because they don't want anything to happen to their cash cow. Same thing goes for Drake. They would want to protect their artists, or they're supposed to want to protect their artists because an artist is an asset to the label. So Drake believes that they cleaned up something. So in his song that he said, Kendrick may have done this and we want all documents related to it. Did you clean this up? Was anyone arrested? Were there any statements taken? And I'm going to see if I could pull this up right here. So this is all over Twitter. This is all over Reddit. These things were reported. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that I found this. This has been out there. This has been out there. And I'm trying to find the exact year. So let's see if we could clear up the timeline. So this is May. This is, and I'm not saying it's true or not because I don't want to, I'm not putting my name in this. I don't get in, I don't get into that. Make it look a certain way, buddy just can't take an L. I don't know, man. That's not about that. Let's stick to the what's in the paperwork. We'll get to that at the end. We'll project about the lawsuit at the end. So this is what Drake's team wants. They want all communications relating to that. The next thing that I saw that's important here is the name Dave Free. So Dave Free, close collaborator of Kendrick Lamar. I think people will call him probably a manager or the lead guy when it comes to Kendrick. They want, this is crazy to say, they want all documents related to Dave Free, including the relationship between Kendrick and Kendrick's children. This is what is in the paperwork. It's there. Now, here's where I'm a parent. I have children. So this is where I feel certain lines are going to get crossed. But Drake feels like the line's been crossed, so he's going to burn it down. To hell with everything. He's going to burn it down. They want all information regarding Dave Free, Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick's children. Now, if you remember, again, this goes back to Family Matters. Drake said, I heard, keyword, heard, one of them little kids might be Dave Freeze, talking about Kendrick's son. Kendrick and Drake both crossed the line. They both went too far. And at this point, I start to wonder, does Drake have control over the things that his legal team is requesting? Or are they acting on their own accord because they have to pursue this in the best way possible? He has the best lawyers money could buy. So I don't think they're going to do this and put themselves out there to be embarrassed because a lawyer is only as good as their reputation. A lawyer is only as good as their reputation. So if they're going to go out there and put these documents out that they know the world is going to see, man, this is crazy. 76 pages. Drake wants documents related to Dave Free, Kendrick Lamar, and the children. Leave the kids out. Leave the children out. Leave the children allegations out. That's what they both should have did. That's what they both should have did. And now this has gone so far, there's no going back. I remember listening to Family Matters. It dropped like 12, 11. I was in bed. And I'm listening to this and I'm like, wow, he's talking about the kids. He's talking about domestic abuse. I said Drake went too far. The next day, Not Like Us drops. I said Kendrick went too far. They both went way too far. This is beyond a normal rap battle. And I believe this is why Drake has taken it to this extent. The third thing, YouTube and streamers. The filing asks for records involving online personalities. Online personalities. He wants to know who emailed who called who. The footage is out there from these streamers saying that they were invited to the pop out. I think it was Zeiss and Bilou. They said they were invited to the pop out by someone. They didn't name who the someone is. Particularly named it here Screwface Gene, who is another YouTuber and Twitter personality. He has leaned very Kendrick. I mean, 99, 100% Kendrick on this. But before, his content was a little bit less biased. He shouted out Drake, called Drake one of the best writers of the era. But now he's gone the complete opposite way. And he's named in here because they want to see communications from him. Was he paid by anybody? He's on, X claiming he's Drake's op and he's on the cop list. So whatever. I don't spend too much time talking about people, but I only said it because it's there. So they want to know what YouTubers and streamers were paid and how did that influence the song blowing up. So they need to see any communications that took place. Let's see what the chat is saying. Zammy must be a bot. No, Zammy is not a bot. Zammy is my brother, but when we used to debate about who was going to win this battle, I said it was Drake and Zammy said it was Kendrick. And it went how it went. It went how it went. Lyrically inclined, yes, to bring kids was crazy on both of them. Both of them. Both of them. They both wrong. Who else is in here? They got Pusha T in here. They want communications regarding censorship, modification, or withholding of Pusha T's music or videos, specifically the story of Adidon, because of its content. Now, there's two things I can think of when I hear this. Remember, this just came out. I'm giving you my raw opinion. I didn't think about this. I'm thinking about it now as I'm talking, but I didn't have time to sit and prepare. But the first two things that pop into my mind when I see them requesting this from Pusha T, what do I think about? Two things. Number one, when Push put that record out, it's not on DSPs. There's no case for defamation here because what Pusha T said about Drake being a dad was true. But Pusha T has alleged that he has been censored and silenced by UMG before, which is one of the big. So now, I remember I said this. I actually have a video on this. I said what Pusha T did by going out and saying that actually might help Drake's case. Because if UMG told Pusha T he can't include these lyrics because they could be, defamatory or they could potentially harm Drake's image and they have to protect their artist, and they silenced him, wouldn't they have the same obligation to do that for Kendrick Lamar? You think about that for a minute. If UMG silenced Pusha T, but they didn't silence Kendrick Lamar for the same reason, they might be caught right there. Because is it their duty to protect their artist? That's going to be a main question here. Is it the label's duty to protect an artist? Remember, harassment is one of the claims that Drake has. He said he went to the label. He said, you guys know this is false. It's causing harm. My house was shut up. I've had to pull my kid out of school. It's damaging my public image. And they didn't protect him. They didn't back him the way that he said that they should. And he's saying that could be reason for termination of contract. They could have broken the contract. Speaking of contracts, Drake got a copy of Kendrick's contract. Push-ups. Show your contract. That's what he said to him. And he got his hands on it. But UMG didn't give him the full thing. They redacted most of it. Drake's team put out a statement. Why are you redacting it? Why are some of these things in a document unreadable? Why would they want to see this? Was Kendrick incentivized to go into this battle? Was he incentivized to make claims about Drake that Drake is saying are not true? Those are things that must be considered. Is that legal? Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but I have these questions and I'm going to consult with the lawyer who's reached out to me, who's watched the content, who said that he wants to bring his insight. So I'm going to talk to him about that. And I'm going to talk to some entertainment lawyers. Is it legal to pay an artist to try to diss another person? That's a good question. That is a very good question. Let's see what the chat is saying. Let's check the chat real quick. Drake definitely not looking crazy. He look a little crazy. That's my guy. He looks a little crazy, but I don't think it's him. I think once you hand this over to lawyers, I think it's out of your hands. He hasn't said one word about this. I don't think he can. I don't think he will, because I think it's up to the legal team now. He put it in the legal team's hands. But I used to say that this battle was over when they're gonna not diss each other directly. I think I lied. I think I lied. I don't think this is over. I obviously the business battle. They're at war. No, I'm not. I didn't defend it at all. I think shout out Heartbreak Kid. I didn't defend it at all. I said they both went too far talking about kids. 100% they both went too far. I'm a father. You whenever you bring up children, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. Drake is out for blood. There's no rules. Yes, I agree. This is all out war. This might be the biggest. No, I don't think it's the biggest loss in rap history. No. This is war. They are at 100% war. I have a video on this as well. If you haven't seen it, it's called Rap's Cold War. It's called the Cold War. But I think that they might start dissing each other again. Kendrick is too quiet. He's on tour. And I think once he sees that a paternity issue is brought up now, he's going to go. I think Kendrick's going to go. And I think Drake is ready to go too. I think he said summer vibes. Yeah. I don't know what vibes he thought the summer was going to be, but it's not going to be a peaceful summer for anybody. Shout out to Shaman from New Wave for the brush. I gotta make sure I'm right. This is alive. It's last minute. Y'all got me on here last minute, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Drake is the greatest rapper of our generation. I believe Drake. Yes, yeah, definitely the biggest. Definitely the biggest. But yeah, man, I don't know what else to say. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, I didn't touch on this. Lucian Grange. Drake's team wants to know why Lucian Grange has not produced his email and his documents. They say that UMG is shielding him because he can't be bothered with the case. I mean, that's far from the truth. They're alleging that him as a CEO played a part in this and played a part in Not Like Us. So they want to see the emails, but they haven't produced them for Lucian yet. They have not produced the documents for Lucian yet. I think that's definitely going to play a big role here. Definitely going to play a big role. I don't think this battle will end peacefully. It didn't end peacefully, and I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over. Shout out to the OVO docket. This is where I found all the documents. Shout out OVO docket. They hiding evidence. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just reporting what I saw. Okay, let me see. Drake's discovery request also offers UMG recordings opportunity to produce any documents or lack thereof that may prove the allegation made Kendrick on distribution. Okay, let's read this one. This is from the OVO docket. Let's read this. Drake's discovery requests also offer UMG recordings the opportunity to produce any documents or lack thereof that may prove any of the allegations made in Kendrick Lamar's diss tracks, which UMG published, aka put up or shut up. So what they're saying is you called me a PDF, prove it. Remember the intro to the Heart Part 6. Can I play music on here? Or they're gonna try to monetize. Well, I'm not getting monetized. I'm not monetized anyway. I need a couple more watch hours. I'm not monetized yet. But if you remember the Heart Part 6, let me play the beginning here. Let's play the beginning. I think I could play it on here. So you heard that, right? Let's play that part again. Can y'all hear that in the chat? Can y'all hear the song in the chat?